What's going on, family? Welcome to another edition of the Lead Your Lineage podcast.
You already know.
And we are the #1 podcast for individuals that are seeking to end generational dysfunction. What's going on, cuz? Talk to me. What's good with it? What's good?
Cuz, same old, you know. Kicking it, smoothing it out. I told you this week this month I'm having a blast. You know, everything I do, okay. I'm having fun. You know, I'm on TikTok and on Instagram. I know y'all seen my videos, man. I've been, you know, doing my thing, just diving, man, just diving, cuz working on myself, working on healing, working on making sure I'm following my own guidance, and I'm going with the steps that I provided myself earlier this month, and saying I'm gonna have more fun in it, you know, instead of just driving it. That's what I'm doing because, man, I'm being the best me, and me the best me that I can be. You know, how you feeling, cuz? Tell them how you feeling.
I'm feeling empowered, man. I'm very determined and focused right now to really take my healing and my state of being and becoming to a whole different level. I'm very aware of the things that need to be done. So now it's just practicing consistently being, and from that standpoint, doing. So start with being first and then doing. It's like in the past, I just did and was never being. And now I have the realization, now I have the awareness, so like it all starts with just being. So I'm figuring out the rhythm between being and doing for the results of having. So yeah, that's where I'm at, cuz. That's where I'm at. Real calm, man. Just literally just going down the journey.
That's what we are doing. The journey. Whether we know it or not.
My step. So.
He will be I can do the dancing, I can't do the talking. I mean the singing. I can do the dancing.
I look like you can't dance either, but it's all good.
I'm telling you, cuz, for real, that's my song right there, cuz.
Hey, that is a cut though. What we gonna talk about today, cuz? What's up?
Man,
I'm gonna help the people, man.
Man, what we gonna talk about? Let's talk about karma or something. You know what I mean? Something like that. Karma, drama.
Okay.
Karma, drama, karma. You know, good, positive karma, negative karma. Shout out to all the karmas out there. I know it's some positive karmas, and I know it's some negative karmas. But shout out to all of them. I know some women out there named Karma watching this. Comment down below if your name Carmen.
Actually, not somebody named Carmen. She's really dope too. Shout out to you, Carmen.
Oh yeah, shout out.
Yeah, so karma, man. So what's been your experience with karma? How's that played a role in your life? Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent?
All of them, cuz. All of them. You know, one thing I'm learning right now, I'm on this journey. You know, you talking about we was walking down that journey. One thing I'm learning, and I know a lot of people as well, you know, can relate. One thing I'm learning is karma. First of all, karma in both ways, whether it's positive or negative, karma can always come in a different form, a different angle than what you expect.
Okay.
For example, cuz like say if you know I'm looking out for you all the time, you know, this is just an example. You know, my cousin, he look out for me, I look out for him. I'm just using this as an example.
Facts.
So, you know, say if I'm looking out for you, cuz, you know, I'm putting in that good energy in you. You know, we cousins, I'm buying you food. You know, you ain't doing so well right now. You know, I'm showing you love. When we go to Mickey D's, you know, we definitely don't eat Mickey D's, but you know, when we go to Mickey D's, I'm like, bro, it's cool, I got you. You know what I mean? I'm showing you quote unquote love or karma, they want to say, you know, and I'm putting in this positive karma points in. Most people, you know, I used to think like this too. You expect that karma to come back from that person. Whether, even if it's bad, say if me and you beefing and every time I see you, I hit you in your mouth or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't like that. Cuz, man, we beefing every time. And I'm expecting you one day to come, you be the one to come and hit me back in my mouth. Don't always work like that. whether it's negative or positive. Cause you see where I'm going?
Nah, yeah, I see it. I'm with you. I'm tracking.
Basically, man, don't expect just because you putting out in good karma with a person, with like, say if I was putting in good karma with you, don't expect that good karma to come back from you. I don't expect that no more. I used to, but now I understand how energy works. It may not even come back from you. I'm putting in this good karma, and the energy comes from another person. They buy me something at the store. Oh man, I got you groceries, dude. I'm like, dang, what made this man buy me some groceries? Not forgetting and not remembering that I've been putting in good karma all the time. But since this random man done it, I'm thinking like, dang, I'm all special. But you didn't forget that you've been putting in good karma too. It's just probably not coming back from the people who you've been putting that good karma in. You know what I mean? Like you can somebody random, like I get a lot of love from random supporters. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Get a lot of love with the original people. Even with the Lead Your Lineage podcast, we get a lot of love. Shout out to everybody who be watching us. We get a lot of love. You know,
Absolutely.
so you know a lot of this comes from strangers, and that comes from both of us always loving and supporting everybody around us and everybody. You know, we probably not gonna get the same support that we may put in for that person, but we still get it. The energy, how energy work, you putting that energy in the universe gonna still make sure you receive it.
Absolutely, and it's like with the universe listens.
It does.
It listens. It has its own ears. So, like it literally hears everything. Right. So whatever you like the old saying, the cliche saying, you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
It's literally right in alignment with karma, and also like intrinsically what people feel about themselves, or how people feel about themselves, or why they feel about themselves. Right. That plays a role into karma as well. So you don't have to necessarily all the time give externally to receive something externally. You can give yourself. You can give to yourself internally. You can affirm yourself, right?
Mm.
You can affirm yourself to receive some type of good karma on the back end, like externally or internally, because you have affirmed yourself to receive that. So after you put that out into the universe, it's only a matter of time until it's reciprocated and comes back to you.
Break it down, cuz. Give us an example. Give us like
Absolutely. So, for one, I use like from my own personal experience. I'll say one of my favorite quotes is from a book. I forgot the name of the book. I believe it's from the monk who sold his Ferrari. I believe that's where it came from. It said, "I'm more than I appear to be. All the world's strength and power rests inside of me."
Mm.
And like that quote, like I said that to myself without making a vibration from my mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to feel that internally, and I spoke that into the universe as well, externally, and like that was like the unraveling of my limitlessness. Like that. Go ahead.
No, so you know what that just reminded me, cuz?
What's up?
That's that, you know, I'm very spiritual, and you know, and learning how our people work, it kind of remind me of how the true feminine and masculine energy works. Because if you know about the truth, it has nothing to do with man and woman. Feminine and masculine energy has nothing to do with that. Feminine energy, while they always had it, a woman represented feminine energy, it was metaphoric to represent how the woman's private area, you know, genitalia area is in the inside. It's in the inside of the woman, you know, where masculine energy was represented by a man because his genital area was hanging and was out. You can see it out. So basically, feminine energy is where it comes in within. It would be something like inspiration. It would be like the thought of you creating something. Like the person who created glasses, you know, they had a thought of creating, oh man, I can fix my eyesight if I use this glass and I curve it this much and this much and this much. That thought would be representing the feminine energy. You know, this is just a metaphor. It's all metaphor. The
Yeah.
masculine energy would be the person actually making the glasses,
Mm.
the actual glass, the glass that actually can help you see. So that's all it reminded me of. Cause you know me, I gotta throw in these little. Let me tell you something, cuz. You know, I gotta put that in there. So you know, no, that's all I was just saying. I gotta put one of those in there. What we was talking about.
You talking good. You talking good.
You know, so I just gotta drop that. I had to drop that in there, man. Let them know because.
Absolutely.
That's our culture, man. If you was watching our last video, you know, they was talking about our ancestors and stuff. We gotta go back to our culture, man. And that's even karma right there yourself. You know what I mean? Think about it. Think about it. We respect our ancestors and what they give us back. In order to get that, we put in that good positive karma. I like to say energy. Karma, energy, what goes up must come down. All that is in the same boat, you know? So we respecting our ancestors, you know, by putting that positive energy in there, showing them, putting that good karma, quote unquote, that we respect them by living their ways. We even speak in Swahili. We even trying to learn Swahili.
Ain't no trying. You do it or you don't.
Yeah, we doing it. Well,
we do it or you don't. We don't try no more.
We learning Swahili, and why we learning that because man, here go another fact. You know, I love the facts, man. You know what I mean? That's one of the Arabic and Swahili is one of the closest language with quote unquote Egyptian language, with the, you know, Egyptian language. That's one of the closest ones from it. So, you know, we just put in that karma, learning how to talk like our ancestors, learning how to walk like our ancestors, learning how to eat like our ancestors. I'm putting that karma in there. I'm putting it in that food. Now my pie, you know, it's like the ingredients, cuz, like we was talking about earlier. You gotta put certain ingredients in your pie, cause when you put that pie in the oven, it's gonna come out with whatever ingredients you was using. Yeah. That's how karma work. Whatever you putting in the world energy, whatever you putting in that pie, whatever you putting in that energy and you shaking it, and sometimes you get loose with the salt and you being salty with everybody. And you put in that salt in that oven, that salt ain't gonna do nothing but cook, and when it come back and hit the taste buds, you ain't gonna like it.
Well, that's real. And also to add on to what you said about the ancestors, right?
Yeah.
And the Bible talks about those who honor their ancestors live longer.
Yeah.
And that's something that, but I didn't grow up knowing that, right?
Yeah.
It's something I had to discover by just my own personal research, right?
Yeah.
To learn the metaphorical principles behind like all these textbooks and this nature and whatnot, right? So, like what you said about like honoring the karma behind honoring or not honoring our ancestors. Mm-hmm. Like I said earlier, like the universe hears us speak. Mm-hmm. It like it's a part of our thinking process. It feels like vibrate. Like this vibration can be heard from all around the universe right now. It's just are you tapped in to hear it on that level, right? So it's also all those different things play a role into karma, because it like what you reap is what you sow. Like, and it's so simple. It's so selfish, but it's so spiritual. All at the same time. It's really spiritual.
You know what else, cuz? You know how else that even ties in with even leading your lineage, man? You put in, think about it. Like, you know, I'm using Gucci and them because, you know, I'm into the clothing business. Mm-hmm. Gucci, think about it. He put in all that work. Matter of fact, you can use anybody. The Rockefellers, you know, John Rockefeller, he put in all that work. Like how you keep saying what you reap, what you sow, you know, and all of that. Think about that, cuz he put in all of that energy to build his lineage, the Walmart, whoever the
Walton family. That's the Walton family.
The Walton, whoever the first Walton,
Sam Walton.
So whatever, him and whoever, you know, he put in that energy, cuz. Mm-hmm. And look what they got now. Something forever, you know. A lot of people keep thinking that's karma as in, like I do this to somebody, it's gonna come back. It's even with that. That's even karma. If you think about it, he put in that energy. He put in that right ingredients in the oven, and he made enough of that, enough too. He didn't just make one pie. He said, I'm gonna keep making pies my whole life too. He found the recipe and kept making it.
And it talks about this in the Bible, and
What's
like
up?
neither one of us are religious. But I like to reference those points to,
So people
so
can
people
understand.
can comprehend and understand and understand what we're talking about. Like it says in the book, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children.
Mm.
So all the people that you mentioned, right? Like they're heirs. I'm not gonna say kids. I'm not gonna say children. They're heirs. They're beneficiaries and heirs. They're still eating off of the work that was put in many decades ago,
Mm.
right? So it's like that. So that's the karma. You don't have to agree with like how they practice business and with how they do in society. You don't have to agree with that. Let's look at the principle of it. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Like their grandchildren, great grandchildren, right? They've inherited this fortune to be able to essentially do what they had to do. They don't have to go through the struggle that they did, whatever struggle they went through.
No.
Because every living being on earth has a struggle of some sort. So their heirs didn't have to go through what they had to go through because they sowed that seed so they can reap a better harvest than they had when they were creating what they created.
Remind me of like snow for some odd reason when you was talking about that. You know, I say that snow, you know, I don't know, we live here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Some of y'all probably ain't never been in snow. But let me tell you something about it, man.
You know, the elders always talk about the blizzard of 78.
Yeah. For real, you know. But,
Yeah.
what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the snow. Okay, you know how, like, say if you know, when you when you in the snow and you digging out snow, right? You shuffling out your driveway, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, think about it. Or even this, say if you were stuck in snow, you got stuck in some snow in your car. When you shoveling and shoveling the path, right? You making a path and all of this mess that's going on with the road. You know, the mess would be like the snow. You making that path, you taking that, that's what Lead Your Lineage is all about, taking that path, being the one who can show the right way. You taking that path and you digging up. Behind you, your kids ain't gotta dig up. They ain't gotta do nothing. Think about it. They can find something else. It's easier now. When you digging, sometimes you might hit, boom, we can't go this way. It's a pole right here. You know? Boom, we can't go this way. It's a big old rock right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's so much that snow is covering up. So that's the benefit of being what you call them, heirs. You know,
The heirs, yep.
The heirs
and beneficiaries.
The heirs and beneficiaries. You know, that's the best part of that. They don't gotta hit that rock. They ain't gotta hit that pole. They know that they know the map. They know which road to go.
They get a snowblower.
You feel
They
me?
got a snowmobile.
They got a snowmobile.
They're prepared.
They prepared, you know.
Right.
This time, you know, you done did that and you done bump into a whole bunch of money or something, you know. Now you got your family prepared, you know. So that's karma too. A lot of people be forgetting that, cause I even be forgetting it. That's why when I be saying a lot of people be forgetting it, I be talking about myself, cause you know myself is a lot of people. You know,
Thank you for that transparent moment too.
For real, man, cause this podcast is for that, man. This is like therapeutic. A lot of times, you know, I don't want nobody thinking I be talking on a high level. No, I'm talking about my experience that happened today, that happened yesterday, that happened last week. You know, all of that. So even with this karma, how I was talking about the energy of how it coming back through different people. You know, like just random people. You showing love to somebody for so long, and you expect them to show love back to you. Next thing you know, somebody else showing it too. It happened to me. Cuz, and it still be happening. Like I can't even think. It's so many different stories I can't even think, man. It's just there's so many different stories I can't even think of none right now. You know me, normally I got a story for everything. You know, I got a story for that, you know, but right now I can't think of that story right now. You know.
Understood. So like also too with karma, we also have to acknowledge the other side based off of the law of polarity of karma, right?
Yeah.
So like you have like karmic, like you talked about it a little bit, you touched on it a little bit. Karmic debt, that's a part of of our reality on Earth too.
Yeah.
That we have different things that we have to accomplish and or break the cycle of in our time here on Earth in these bodies, right? So, like I'm of the thought process that people need to tap into their genius to figure out what that is, to figure out what that karmic debt is that they have to repay. Because, like I said, the universe hears you, it feels you. So when you reincarnate into another human body or into a tree or into a blade of glass, you have to carry out what that lesson is. So, like, in terms of karmic debt, right? What is some karmic debt that you had to deal with in your human experience that you had to, like, I did this and I had to experience.
Man, I can hit a nice one with that one. My teeth, goddammit. My teeth are the teeth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is why I say that. I hit a lot of people in their mouth, you know, straight up like that. I ain't get hit in my mouth though. Don't think my tooth got shit because somebody hit me in my mouth. Nah, I ran into a door and people, you know what I mean? But anyway, make a long story short, you know, I done messed up, you know. I used to be a fighter, you know. I used to hit a lot of people in their mouth and stuff, man. And make a long story short, man, I done chipped my tooth. And it was never because I got in the fight. It was always because I run into something, or I'd be playing basketball and I'd fall and hit my tooth chip, or something happened, or like I was with a boxing. I had this little boxing thing when I was little, and it came back and hit me. I ain't even, you know what I mean? So, and I was riding my bike one time, and it came, and I done failed and did a front flip and chipped my tooth. So, I didn't chip my tooth a lot of times, and I feel like that was karma. That's bad. That's a quote unquote bad karma, man. That's come from me hitting people in their mouth all the time. My mama said, oh, why every time? And then I forgot about that accident. Then the boys, the police, man, they lucky I didn't know what I knew now. They messed up my teeth too, you know. So, when I was 17, 18, I was 17. Yeah, I was 17. I'll never forget. The boys was hit. The police. If you don't know who the boys is, the police. Hey, Indianapolis Metro PD, police department, man. Yeah, them, you know, they brutal. You know, every black man got a story. Black person, no matter what sex you are, but you know, even with that. But to be honest, man, a lot of that came from karma. Because what I was doing that night, it was like karma hit me right back in the mouth. I hit somebody in the mouth and then I tried to get away, and then the police hit me in my mouth. Wow! You talking about instant karma? That's instant karma. So, you know, I didn't have a lot of karma, you know, just with that. And as far as good karma, even with good karma, man, like I said, I've always been a supportive person, man. And, you know, I've been bumping into shout out to Devin, man. Shout out to Dev.
Shout out to Devin.
Yeah, shout out to Dev. He was supporting me heavy, man. That comes from that, and I be supporting him heavy too. Shout out to his podcast. His podcast is called Facts Over Feelings. You know what I mean? He got a nice, very informational podcast, man. So y'all tune in on it. You know, so you know, make a long story short, me and him met back in the day. At a job at Chewy Ooey Wooey. I used to work at Chewy Ooey Wooey, and that's what
That's a real name?
No, it's called Chewy.
I was like,
Chewy dog, but I used to call it Chewy Ooey Wooey. Because, man, I ain't letting my animal eat none of it. I ain't gonna say nothing because I ain't trying to get sued. Hey, I'm about to go off. I said, let me stop myself. Okay, anyway. But yeah, I met him at Chewy Ooey Wooey. And we was cool, man. We was real cool there, man. That's how we got cool. And making this how it happened was like, you know, that karma. A lot of times we put in that karma, you know, I was being cool, you know, supporting him when I first met him, you know, I was showing him love. Like, you know, we always been brothers when I first met him, you know. And shoot, when I left that job, I didn't see him no more, you know. Most people like, dang. You know, most people be like, dang, man, I ain't seen bro in a long time, you know. But, you know, they don't show love back, but he came and showed love back. It made it seem like everything was
that's
good,
dope.
man.
That's
you know,
dope.
For real, man. So everything was dope. I said, man, that's crazy, because, you know, a lot of times it don't come back like that. I said that earlier in this podcast. You know, you could be showing love to somebody and get it from somebody else, but it's dope when you get that karma back from the person you gave it to.
Mm-hmm.
So that was dope. That was a dope experience. Man, this one dude, I remember I was at a this is another example from how you never know you get it back. I was at a pop-up shop, and I remember I saw this dude, he didn't have none of my size, you know, and I support other clothing lines. So he was like, I was like, bro, we're here. I just gave him a little something, something. I was like, bro, here, man, I was just trying to support you. He was like, nah, I was like, nah, it's cool. Man, somebody did the same thing to me.
Oh, that's dope. That's
when I was at a pop-up shop.
Though.
When I was at a pop-up shop, man, and I was like, dang. You know, I instantly thought about it. Me, I know where this coming from. Right on, universe. Hey, I don't forget. I remember the good deeds I put in. I don't remember the bad deeds, but I remember the good deeds. And you know how that be. You don't remember the bad deeds, but you remember the good deeds. You want your good deeds to come back in.
Absolutely. And it's like with karma, right? It's like on the other side of it, it's not the light side of my perspective, right? It's like when that comes back around to you, depending on what your personal situation is.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a great space, a good space, a not okay space, or okay space, or bad space, however, whichever word fits for you in that moment when it comes back, like you literally have to accept it because it's just a principle of the universe. Like a lot of people, from my experience, they don't realize the correlation or the connection between karma or you reap what you sow. They don't see that connection. Cause like everything is connected. Everything is connected on some type of level. Whether it be a cellular level or surface level, everything is connected here on Earth. We're all in this thing together. So you do dirt to this one person, it may come back to you indirectly, or it may come back to you from that person specifically, but it's coming back because the universe hears you and listens. And I'm like, I want to hammer that home. Like the universe will call and respond to whatever you put out.
Yeah. For real.
And that's that true karma right there.
And you know what, cuz that reminds me, cuz that you just hit a note on that. Like that's reminds me. A lot of people be like, that's why a lot of times I support people even if they don't support me, cuz the universe hears you. You know, I support everybody. I don't care if you.
He ain't lying.
Hey, even if you don't support me, I don't need you to support me back, bro. That's all Gucci and great. You telling the universe, you know what I mean? That's just whatever that's on you. But I understand how I am, you know. So I support everybody, cuz and you know, not being salty, cuz like for instance, you know, most people be like, oh, this person don't share my so I ain't gonna share theirs. Not knowing half the time they probably didn't even see your stuff going down Facebook, because maybe they've been off Facebook, they just post something and just call it a day. And you've been supportive, but they not even scrolling down. They not even trying to be like that. A lot of times we take this stuff out of perspective. You know what I mean? So don't be bitter and block your ways because of somebody else's actions. Don't start being the person that you don't see. A lot of times we start being the person that we don't like. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, such and such is being a bad friend. They doing this and that. Or you be like, oh, okay, well, I ain't gonna do none of this for the next person I do. I'm gonna be just like this person. I'm gonna treat everybody accordingly. See that a lot, don't you? I'm gonna treat everybody accordingly.
Nah, keep that same energy.
Yeah, don't be throwing that out to the universe because somebody did you wrong. Brush that energy off of you. Whoop, that person did you wrong. Whoop, let that person do you. Be you. Maintain you. Because you keep putting that good energy in. Like I said, you never know who it comes from. And it's going to be Gucci. And then one day you're going to be looking up and be like, dang, I'm glad I kept it real with such and such anyway. Because then it works. It's a what's they call it? Two-head dragon. Because then, on top of that, you can look back and be like, man, dang. I didn't do nothing wrong. I did nothing but good in my last relationship. And I said relationship because that can mean friend, that can mean lover, that can mean a brother, that can mean sister, mother, auntie, uncle, cousins, nieces. You know, the relationship, as long as you left it positive, you good. So don't be that bitter person. Don't be that person that you just hated. You know, you left this person. You just became the person that you just left because how they were in a relationship. Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
Oh, that's so real. And that's yeah. Like honestly, like words really cannot comprehend the power of karma. From my perspective, that's just my perspective. Like it's really like. Yeah, we really have to hone in on what this stuff really means. Like I said before, like the stuff that we don't practice or the stuff that we don't do is literally killing us at a higher rate than anybody else.
Yeah, you know what's karma?
Killing us.
You know what's karma? Not exercising.
Okay.
Not eating healthy. Hey, here go a great one. Here go two great ones. Not putting the wrong things in your eyes, listening to the wrong type of vibrations, seeing the wrong type of vibrations. All of that is karma.
Absolutely.
You not working out, you become flab, or your muscles come relaxed. And the next thing you know, you get some type of disease, you got some type of muscle weakness or something, or you don't eat right. So next thing you know, believe it or not, food causes cancers. So next thing you know, you got some type of cancer because of the food you eating. You're not listening to the right vibrations, and that's very important. We listen to all this music that's talking about kill this person, kill that person, man. Next thing you know, you singing along to the music. You saying the words of the music, and that stuff happen, man. Think about all the times that people who make music be like, they talk about their deaths a lot, and it really happened.
Yeah. And so
the universe listening.
It's sad.
The universe listening.
It's sad. It's like you see all those different things happening, and it's like you're kind of helpless. It's like you don't have. In that moment, like when you see that type of stuff and you hear these types of things, right? It's like you're 450 miles away. I can't get to you to give you this message, right? To get in front of your face so you can feel me feeling you and vice versa. So it's like the karma of that is like, okay, what's the karma of that not like saying those things? Like what is that coming into, right? So it's like it's like those things that it's like those unspoken or unwritten rules that we don't necessarily connect with. That's like literally taking us to a space where it's like, damn, I knew it was gonna come back, but I knew it was gonna be this bad.
Yeah.
Because you don't see who all that is affecting, right? So, man, it's tough, man. But it like seeing those type of situations play out, it makes me sad, to be honest. But like sadness is just energy, so I have to transmute that and transform it into something else that's more productive and conducive to where I'm going in life, So the universe is listening. They got ears, y'all.
Yeah, the universe hears you crying. The universe sees you.
Okay, cuz we're gonna help you stick to podcast, because that's not it.
Hey, cuz
stick to podcast and the original people in the evening, because that ain't it.
Hey, I'm telling you, cuz, man. Hey, this singing gets me that every night. It gets me that every night.
Okay, understood. You know what I'm saying? That different stuff for different folks. You know what I'm saying?
So, I can sing, man.
But yeah,
my wife loves my singing. Shout out to
that, and that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Nadia Shumper.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Shout out.
Yeah, cuz, but man.
So in closing, what you want to leave with the people, cuz? That was a powerful build, man.
Watch what you see. Watch what you hear. Watch what you think. Watch what you do. Watch how you move. Watch how you groove. Hey, watch what you do. Hey, watch how you move. Hey, hey, that's exactly what I'm dealing with. The song Rewind It. I might make that a hit.
Okay.
For real.
Make it make sense.
For real. But yeah, that's what I gotta say, because.
Absolutely. Well, family, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Lead Your Lineage podcast. And like we always say, we are the #1 podcast for individuals that are seeking to end generational dysfunction, and also You have to lead yourself so you can lead your lineage. And with that being said,
Ooh.
we're out. Peace.
Boom, 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 boom.